Today I'm talking about another serious topic that's affected me and that people seem to think they get away with, and that is fat shaming, as you can tell from the title of the video. You know. But there's a reason I make these serious videos about serious subjects, especially ones that are about mean people, and that's because there's always going to be mean people in the world, in your life, but most of these people are uneducated in that whatever they're being mean about, and they don't have experience in it. Not just people who fat shame, but all types of people. Even you're probably a bit mean about something in your life because you're uneducated and you just get heated because humans have emotions and that's how we deal with stuff. But I'm creating this video to try and make fewer mean people, and I mean brutally mean, not just a little bit, oh that could have been taken the wrong way, but being mean on purpose. I call it mean people prevention. I'm trying to educate you in things so you're not mean about them and you don't bandwagon with people who are mean about them for no reason. I feel like your parents. Come on, this is parenting basically. But mean people usually spout out stuff that's hot air, empty words, a waste of oxygen because they don't know what they're on about and they're not professionals in what they're talking about. So in terms of fat shaming, unless you are a doctor or you have been fat and you've got past that, you can't really tell me what it's like to be fat. I am fat. I know I'm fat. It's not a surprise to me that I am fat. And I've tried to do things about it and I'm getting there, but I am fat. And people tell me to stop eating. I've had it all my life. People are like, just stop eating. And saying that I'm a hindrance on society. What? What? Seriously, what? What has me being fat got to do with you? How does that affect you? And if it has affected you, and you feel like you've got an answer to that question, let me know in the comments, because I really want to know. Because it doesn't is the answer. It shouldn't. And it's 2016, so it definitely shouldn't. And if you tell me to stop eating, it's either going to make me eat more, or it's going to make me starve myself, and then I'm just getting rid of nutrients. And I won't even lose weight from starving myself, because then your body will cling on to those fat cells. I've done my research. It's not that easy. It will go, oh my god, this person is starving themselves. I'm starving myself. I need to quickly cling onto these fat cells so I don't die. So at least get some facts before you tell me to stop eating and lose weight and stuff. And don't do it in that brutal way because it's really not helping anyone. Even if your intentions are to help, which most people who don't do this, that isn't their intention. Do you think I want to be fat? Is that what it is? Do you think I go, oh, I'm going to be fat just to annoy everybody? No, because it annoys me and it affects me more than it affects you. I'm the one who could potentially die of a heart attack and do all this and do all that when I'm older. Or even now. That's my decision. And it's not a decision that I've made. But it's a decision that I've made to not care what other people think. And to not let fat shaming get to me. You don't help people by just talking at them and talking down to them and just forcing them to feel like they need to change to be accepted in society. There's a difference between a human and a rock. Bear with me with this one. A rock is just a shell. It has no emotion as far as we know. I mean, aliens, I don't know. But a rock is a rock. A rock is just an outer shell. Well, it's not hollow. You know what I mean? It's not gonna cry because you call it fat. It's like, you tell a rock it's fat, it's just gonna sit there because it's a rock. It's not there. It's not a person. But a human, me, I'm not an empty shell. I'm not just a blob of fat. I'm a human who has a personality. I have a brain. I have a story. I have feelings. I'm not just gonna go, oh, you belittled me. Oh well. I mean, I do now, but it still gets to me. It gets to everyone in some sort of way. People say, oh, stop eating McDonald's. Oh, if only it was that easy. Because I haven't had McDonald's in so long. So why aren't I melting away? Yeah, because it's not how it works. Any doctor will tell you. It's not what you eat, it's how much you eat. And also exercise. If you do loads of exercise and you still eat loads, your calorie intake is the same as the amount you're burning, even less. So you're still going to put on weight. You tell me to go outside, go for a jog. It's not going to help me get any thinner. I mean, it'll help if I do that and have a calorie controlled diet suited to me. But not to stop eating and do more. That just it won't work. I'm healthy. Fat does not correlate to health. It doesn't help, and it won't help, and it'll get worse if I keep putting on weight. But I can be healthy and overweight. My doctor said I'm healthy, and my doctor said I'm overweight. It doesn't correlate like that. It's not how life works. Otherwise, there wouldn't be fat people around because we'd all be dead, if you're thinking in that mentality. It's not how it works. It's not life. People talk to fat people as if they're talking to something else. You don't make blanket statements about one group. Not all Jewish people are the same. Not all blonde people are the same. Not all ginger people are the same. Not all Asian people are the same. Nobody's all the same in one big bracket. Just because I'm fat and loads of other people are fat, it doesn't mean we're all the same up here. Stop generalising and stop fat shaming. We are people. We all have our own weight story, whatever your weight is. And mine is that I used to be underweight. But I used to be so skinny when I was little. I'll put a picture up somewhere on the screen. But I used to be very, 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 very thin when I was a kid. And I had been for a very long time. And then it was because I was fussy. I was a fussy eater. I wouldn't eat any weird foods. So I didn't even eat pizza. I didn't eat burgers. All I ate were sausages. And they had to be certain type of sausages, not red meat. Not like red meat. They had to be no spices, no seasoning. They had to not be burst. They had to be a certain thickness. I couldn't eat any from a farm. They had to be cooked in a pan. I was just fussy with everything, and I used to eat hardly anything. I also used to do loads of activities, so my calorie intake was low and my activity was quite high. So I used to do dancing. I used to do modern and tap. Modern is not street dancing. Modern is ballet without the tiptoes. And I used to do loads of stuff, and then I got to a point where I tried new foods for the first time. I liked pizza and I liked burgers, and I ate too much. I discovered food, and then I used food for everything. I was bored, I ate food. I was tired, I ate food. I wasn't bored and I ate food. I went outside, I took food. I ate bigger portions. My family's food choices weren't that great. I had loads of takeaways, and I gave up dancing, and then I just put on loads and loads and loads of weight, and most of it is genetics as well. I have a really, really slow metabolism, and it's just loads of contributing factors that didn't help. And now I've got all that weight, it's hard to shift it because it's years and years and years of putting on weight when I was young and I didn't know the effects, and then as soon as my doctor told me and brought it home for me, it was too late and it's really hard to lose weight. So that's my weight story. And then when the time came that I was at that overweight stage and I knew that I was overweight and that it was going to be really limiting on my life and things like that, and it was going to affect me, it was too late to do anything about it, just because I didn't know the effects before then. So I didn't know. It was too late. It was too late to lose more weight because it had been building up for years and years and years, just because I didn't know the effects of what I was doing at the time. And then it becomes very hard to lose it again, and very challenging and daunting and draining and not very nice. It's so hard to do something about your weight if you feel shit about yourself, and if you feel like you're not accepted in society and that you're different in a bad way. Luckily, I'm in a better place now because I'm away from school bullies and I have lots of friends who don't always point it out, and I can be relaxed around them. And I know that's not the same for everyone, so I'm doing things about my weight, not as much as I could be just because of time restraints, because there's a lot of time that needs to go into sorting out the mess I'm in. But I've also learned to ignore people like Nicole Arbour, for example, who, if you didn't know, created a massive shitstorm because of fat shaming, and because she was fat shaming, saying, oh, fat people, with empty words that really hurt a lot of people. That's not why I'm making this video, by the way. It's just a point. But I just learned to ignore people like that, and it's harder than it sounds, But once you've done it and everyone gets to that point of not giving a shit anymore, which is why a lot of famous people were bullied, because they got to a point where they're like, I don't care, and they pursue their dream harder. Once you get to that point, I promise everyone with anything, not just fat shaming, once you get to the point that you can ignore people and cut the people out of your life that seem to hate you or care so much about something that doesn't affect them, that's part of you, then you'll live in bliss and it'll be worth it. So yes, there are mean people, but once you home in on the people who do care, and for the right reasons, but not care about what's getting you down, then you will be in a great place, and you will learn to love yourself. And then once you've learned to learn yourself, once you've learned to love yourself, then you can get on to sorting out your little, not flaws, don't call them flaws, the things that you want to sort out to make you happy. I want to lose weight for me, not for you. I want to lose weight for my health, not yours. But that's only because I love myself and I've learned to ignore these people. So please try. And it's just talk more to the people who don't care about those things that other people seem to care so much about and seem to talk down to you about. Oh well, I have blabbered on. But it's important to say, and I hope this has helped you out some way. And don't worry, you'll get there eventually. Lots of my people watching at home, you are very young. And being young is hard and daunting and very mentally draining. And we all know it because we've all been through it. Unless you're a 4-year-old, then you haven't been through it. Or if you're in it at the moment. And in the end, bullying will just make you stronger. But you need to give it time for it to get to that point. And that usually happens around college, or when you move on to somewhere else, or if you get into a job environment, because then there are fewer people like this around, because people actually educate themselves. And it's a minority. Mean people are a minority once you get past school. I don't know why they do it in school. If I did, I would tell them to stop, and I would make them stop. We just don't know. So just don't let it get to you. I'm your friend. And I understand. I went through it. I've come out the other side. Not of being fat, but of having fat shamers in my life, or shamers of any type in my life. So if you want to talk to me, please contact me through Twitter or Facebook or anything else. There's a load of links below to all of my stuff. There's even my email down there if you're old fashioned, you want to send an email. My email address is below. For this channel, not my personal one. Please just talk to people, because as I said, a lot of it is mental health as well. So if you can look at a friendly face who's been through it, then it will really help you. And I hope this video has helped you, because I want to help you, and I feel like some people need to help, and you need to have someone in your life who can show you, who can guide you through it, because I've had people like that in my life. Anyway, I'm rambling again. Passion, I don't know, it makes you ramble. But it's the same goes for anyone who's shaming you for anything. For things that you can control and things you can't control. You just need to learn to ignore them. The people who matter don't mind, and the people who mind don't matter. Yeah, think about that as a little pearl of wisdom that's been said to me a lot from parents. Thanks, parents. Thanks. Even with a notepad of points, I've rambled. Why, brain, why? And look, even the lighting's got darker. You can tell that the lighting's changed, and I turned up my light. It was light outside when I did this. Well, I shouldn't film late in the afternoon, but I woke up at like 3 o'clock. Student life. And they are a waste of oxygen, those opinions, if they are not backed up by stuff, which is why review channels are amazing, because they actually look at the facts. Oh, thank you, and good night. Anyway, yeah, like I said, if you want to contact me, you can, and I hope this has helped you in some sort of way, for confidence or for just helping to ignore. But thank you for watching. Sorry it's such a long video, but I need to say this, and I needed to do it, okay? I needed to do it. Anyway, if you liked it, push all the buttons. You know what to do. And I'll see you later. Bye. I need food. Oh wait. It's all about fat shaming. I actually do need food though. Because it's tea time. Tea time. Which some people who are not from the UK will be like, oh, tea time. Tea? Tea time? You have a time for drinking tea? No. Dinner. Food. Evening meal. Bye. Graceful.